Welcome everybody, Farm Sim Snowy here. In this video we're going to look at the latest updates to Port Limbo map on Farming Simulator 19. So just a quick video on the latest update to Port Limbo by Oma Tana. The megabyte download has gone up very slightly, not a lot. It was originally 138.11, it's now 141.30, which isn't going to break the bank. But if we scroll down to the bottom, we've got Changelog 1.1.0.0, and it says multiplayer should work now. Seagulls cry only sometimes and not as loud as before. Street lantern behind the church sits on the ground. You can sell the farm workshop and the farm decoration. Barn sale can be found in the list of selling stations. New compact loader inside the barn on top floor. And straw bales in the barn can be used. So let's go and check out these updates. And here we are, back on this lovely little map. So two things straight away on the changelog that I'm not 100% sure any difference is the multiplayer should work now. I've not tested that, but hopefully that is fine. And the seagulls crying only sometimes and not as loud as before. Did come on here earlier and had a little wander around. Didn't really notice anything different there, but to be fair, didn't really notice anything wrong in my original map tour about the seagulls, so it's not a game changer either way in my eyes. So let's go up into landscaping mode, because the first thing, which again I didn't notice at all on my original map tour, is I presume this is the church here. That's the only thing I can see that resembles a church, and I presume they mean this post here, street lantern. That is on the deck, as you can see. So that is that one done and dusted. If we go into the map menu, if I turn off those, you can now see that the barn sale point is now yellow or orangey yellow to signify a sell point, whereas before it was written in white, which is normally sort of like a buy point, like that. So that's been changed, so that's good. If we go into the actually sell point menu, up the very top there is your barn sale point, whereas before it wasn't showing in this menu. We scroll across, you can see there you can now sell your silage, grass, hay and straw. You could sell it there before, but it just wasn't showing in this menu. Interestingly enough, there's still no sign of any price for wood chips on here, so although there is a wood chip sale point at the sawmill. So that is those things that I've noticed. So the rest of it, if we jump over to our farm, let's turn these back on because our farmhouse has disappeared. So if we go over to here, I'm getting all muddled up and confused. Right, we're now at our main farm. Obviously I'm in new farmer mode. So let's talk about slot counts, because they have changed ever so slightly. So we're going to our garage, and in new farmer mode, like I say, it was originally 532 slots. It's now 541, so it's gone up by 9 slots, and there's a reason for that, which I'll come across in a second. Now if you sell all this off again like before, which this is a little bit odd, because before you could get the slot count down to 340, but now if you sell everything off it goes down to 333. And in Farm Manager and Start From Scratch, the slot count was 394, it's now 395. And again, you sell everything off, instead of being 340 you can get it down to 333. So this is all our machinery, but we have now added in an in-game skid steer loader, which is up in the top barn, which we'll look at in a second. So there's 7 slots. Scroll again down further, we've got our bell spear, which is for your skid steer loader. That's one slot, so we've got 8 slots extra already. And then we have the vehicle workshop, which has been added in so you can sell it. That's another slot, so that is your 9 slots there. Because when you sold all of this off originally, this stayed with the icon, so that can now be sold. But before we sell everything off, let's run into here and open the doors, because upstairs, which again, this is very cool having this in this barn. These are the bells. These were here, but I think there's more than last time, because we have them all around here. Pretty sure all these weren't here. We've now got a skid steer loader, which is up here, which is cool. These doors over here don't open, but these ones do, so you can load up your bells, chuck your bells out. And if we jump in the skid steer loader and attach to our bell spike, just come over to these bells and hook onto one so that you can see. There you go, it gives us a volume down the bottom, 4,000 litres. Happy days. So you've got a skid steer loader up here now to mess around with your bells. I'm just going to jump down there, because now let's sell everything off and I'll show you what it looks like. Let's go back to the very start. So if we get rid of all of this, we should get the slot count right down. One thing I will say to you actually, which I forgot to mention, with the bells, if you are going to sell everything off like this, what I am doing, it might be an idea to get rid of the bells first, to sell them first, because I'll show you why. So that is everything gone. We've got the slot count down to 333. Come out of there. This now becomes a lot more useful area. The workshop trigger's gone, which was still showing last time, but look, your bells are floating. So it might be an idea to sell all those off or get rid of them some other way, whichever you choose. Otherwise you're going to be stuck with them like that. If we now go into landscaping mode and whiz over to our farm area, this now becomes quite a nice open useful area. You haven't got your workshop trigger still stuck there. These trees I should imagine you'll be able to cut down. That gives you a nice placeable area. One thing I am going to quickly do while I'm here is, because for me, I'm just going to lease a pickup. This is probably the most important change in my eyes, because when I did the original map tour, the sea was glitching out. And I've been on here before and I was riding around like this, and I'm going to do it again now to show you. Doesn't seem to be any glitching on the sea. There's nothing that says in the changelog that it's been sorted out, but it doesn't seem to be happening now. I mean, it wouldn't have stopped the map being playable, but it was a little bit distracting. And you know, it's absolutely fine, I think, now. So happy days. Lovely little map. So that is the update there to Port Limbo by Oma Tana. So I hope that has all helped you out and you found it interesting. If you have, please give us a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, then please do. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.